What's up, YouTube? Welcome to what might be the chintziest, spontaneous YouTube video ever made. Me and my iPhone out here in the garage. We are slicing small wooden parts here with a beautifully sharp object. This is a really pretty Japanese chisel I got on eBay for very little money. It's got a maker's mark on it here, which I can't read and I can't find anywhere. So I don't know who made it, if it's a great blacksmith or if it's just some sort of middle-of-the-road tool. But to me, it's beautiful. It sharpens up wonderfully, slices really well. I really just love it. So hey, nothing wrong with sharp tools and things to do with them. It's wonderful. But that's really not what I want to talk to you all about tonight. So I want to talk to these young men out there in particular because I've been reading up and learning about these influencer bros out there, people like Andrew Tate or whoever the fuck else they are, and they're saying some really stupid shit. And I want to say something to counteract their stupid shit and maybe help the world out in some small way to counter their influence, because I think it's far too pernicious to let it go. So look, what we have these days is a political climate in which it's becoming acceptable to put people down, to persecute them, to treat them badly, to make them your enemies. For what reasons? Well, maybe because they're gay, maybe because they're transsexual, maybe because they're bisexual, maybe because they have different beliefs than you, maybe they're from a different country, maybe they don't speak your language as well as you would like them to. Maybe they're just woke snowflakes who annoy the hell out of you and you want to stomp on them for a while. And maybe they're women. Let's just dump on women for a while. This is the attitude that I see. And let me tell you guys, it pisses me off. And here's the thing. These people, and I'm also going to lump in, by the way, the politicians and the people who are in power at the moment in this country. I'm going to add to this list Donald Trump, Pete Hegseth, Robert Kennedy Jr., all these assholes running around pretending to be manly men. And you know what they are? They are a weak man's idea of a strong man. The strength that they try to project, it's a pretend strength. It's not real. They don't have the strength to tolerate other people. They don't have the strength to look inside themselves to decide what they are and what they mean and what their place in the world is. They have to go dumping on people out there who they don't like or who they find it convenient to dump on to make themselves feel good. And it's the same with these influencer bros and all the assholes out there preaching this really toxic masculinity that I see far too much of. Because listen, guys, you know what these guys are actually about? Some of it's about making money. Some of it's about jerking you around and pulling the wool over your eyes and getting your dollars in their pockets. So, number one, they're trying to play you, really. Maybe that's a conversation for another day. The more important thing that I really want to tell you about is, you know what drives those guys? It's not strength. It's fear. That's right. They're afraid. They're afraid of people who are different from them. They don't know what to do about that. They're afraid that maybe they can't measure up to the rest of the world. They can't measure up to their ideals, or maybe it was their father's ideals, maybe somebody else who gave them crazy ideas that they think they now have to live up to. But they're afraid because dumping on other people and treating them badly and pissing on them to make yourself feel better, that's not something strong people have to do. The strongest people in the world are the people who are tolerant. It doesn't mean you don't have lines. It doesn't mean you don't have standards and principles. But what it does mean is that you treat people with dignity and respect, even if they're not the same as you. Maybe somebody wants to sleep with men and you want to sleep with women. So what? Who cares? Right? Who cares? Maybe there's a man out there who feels that she's a woman, actually, and would like to transition. How does that hurt you? How does that hinder you in any way in what you want to do in the world? And yet, these so-called strong men pick on these groups and they try to find a reason to hate and they try to find a reason to make themselves feel better and pump themselves up in the process. And they think that that's strength. They think that's masculinity. So listen, guys, I could go on for a while and I'm not going to do that. But what I want you to take away from this tonight, I just want you to think about this. Think about fear. Think about the difference between strength and fear. Now, there's a very important difference between fear and caution. I am cautious with my sharp chisel. I'm not afraid of it. I love it. I use it. I embrace it. But caution is helpful. Caution says, hey, maybe I shouldn't try my neighbor's homemade zip line. Or, maybe I shouldn't have that 10th beer before I try to drive home tonight. Caution is okay. Caution is going to help you and save you and the people around you a whole lot of hurt and a whole lot of trouble. But fear, and especially fear that masquerades as strength, that is going to eat you alive. It's going to eat you alive. It's going to harm those around you. It's going to hurt you. It's going to hurt the rest of the world. And, it's going to make this place a shithole, guys. And when I watch people trying to turn the world into a shithole in the name of their own warped idea of what it means to be a man, I feel it's up to me as a man to speak out against that. That's the point of my chintzy little YouTube video tonight. All right? Think about it, guys. Think about the difference between strength and fear and decide where you want to be. Y'all take care now. Hope to see you again.